There we go. So it should be working now.
Yeah, it should be working.
There it is.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Hello, everyone.
There. And so, everybody streaming, so that's good. See people's comments because I always comment.
Yeah.
Questions, so. Okay.
Bear with us.
Alright, I got two guys here. Loud and clear, everybody can hear me. Morning. Got two guys on. So I have Frank here, and my TV's deciding to go weird. Stupid thing. Oh well. Okay. Oh.
Technical difficulties.
Television to broadcast something like that. So you can see it. This thing is like there it goes. Alright, got the fingers and this will be more. Alright, so what we want to do, Frank, is we got clear view here of everything. So
Okay.
pull this right about, let me see, right about there so everybody can see it because the camera's smart.
Right.
And we have a side camera here from. So what we want to do is establish the width, or the, how would you say, the width. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this with this tube cutter.
Right. Okay.
So let's say the measurement of the width of the car. So let's start with the rear wheels. So you figure
5.5.
Yeah, like 5.5, but you gotta account for the width of the wheel,
Right.
which will be, say 1, right? So it's 5.5, right? So why don't we go with, and we could cut more if we don't get it right. So let's go with 3. Let's say 3. So get mark 3, got a marker here,
Okay.
and then that's where you're gonna put that at and cut it. And you're gonna cut your wheel. Let's see. See everybody's comments. There you go. Perfect. Alright, that looks good. Right now, Frank is cutting. Hey, don't get in the wreck there, Bacon. Driving to work. So Frank is cutting the width of the. So that's an 8130 is what he's cutting. The size of the brass is this one, 8130. This is what fits the bushings that we have right here. For 1/8 or 3/32, but we're doing a 3/32 axle is what we're doing. And here's the bushing. We showed on camera there. And this is what we're using for the axle tubing. It's a typical number that we commonly use. And then for the side rails we're using 8152. Right here is that number KNS brass, but we'll get to that part later there. Getting an echo. Oh, I shouldn't be getting an echo, I don't think, because unless there's 2 cameras, so let me check it out. Okay, let me know if anybody hears any echoes still. I'm trying to eliminate, because I do have two cameras going. Does it help the fingers? Are you getting an echo or not? Yeah, how about now? A little bit better there? No echo? Should only have one mic going right now, so shouldn't be any echo. Okay, better? Okay, good. Alright. You got your size there? Yeah. File it down. You had to keep filing probably more. It's got like a chamfer. So let me get, where's that piece of sandpaper here? Try to shake the table. You can kind of scrape it down there. And you just keep working the file if you want to get the chamfer off, because it's still got a chamfer there. See the inside?
Right.
And you just keep going on all the way around it. It will just go like this back and forth around the whole surface of the. That's what I usually do.
Okay. Yeah, see, all right, you can see the filings.
Let's see if you see that better. Yeah, a little bit better there.
That's still a little more. Okay, yep, got that Tom.
That better in there? And then the other side?
Fits right in. Yeah, that's perfect.
The other side,
Another wasn't touched.
Yeah.
Okay, fits right in. Okay, try to keep organized here.
Alright, so you're gonna get. So we're gonna get 2 tires for you. Hold on a second. Let me get you these tires over here that I have already opened. Tire stash. Let me put the tires on. Those are the soft ones. So this is the tires we're using, the PGD 22-166. Put that all on there.
Yeah, it's all cleaned up.
Alright. What we're gonna do is you're gonna get your 2 bushings. Right? And you're gonna put one of them in there. That's the right way you got it. So and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our tire on there. We want the ugly side on the inside. So those are soft, so they should go on pretty easy. Those are like extra soft ones instead of the firm ones. Yeah, I probably should have had you get that out of there.
Yeah, no, it's
Put those ones on.
yeah, with carpal tunnel and arthritis. It's
A little tough.
There we go. We're getting there.
Yeah. All right. Just get them on the kind of a pain in the butt.
There we go. That looks like it's on.
I'll put your bushing in. And then we'll have to put the other tire on. Can you do it without putting it on the axle? Because it gets kind of tough that way. But if not, so what we'll do is get the tube.
Yeah, I could get it.
Okay. Because it's a little tough for me even to do it.
Yeah.
You can kind of squeeze it in there. It'll be easier because you can squeeze it in there.
There we go. Yeah, it's going, I think. Working with the handicapped.
There you go. Perfect. All right, now you're going to get the tube, the brass tube, and slide it on there because you got the bushing on the other side. Okay, and then you're going to get that bushing. All right. Push it in there. Here, come up closer here.
Okay.
Yeah, just so that people can see it. Let me move this further back. See that? See a little bit better. So we're not on camera too much.
Okay. All right, that's all set.
All right, so let's tighten this up. So let's pull this back and just tighten this so it doesn't move on you. So I should have told you that.
Okay.
Lock that in. All right, so that's our width. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put in the kind of on the back of the car to see if you have room, how much room you have.
Yeah, we got plenty of room.
Yeah, if it's a little short,
you can always add spaces.
you can
right?
always add spacers, so that's okay.
Okay.
It's that in that case, that's in pretty good. We probably should have went 3.5, but I think if we went a 1/2 inch more, it would probably be banging right here. But that gives us enough room right there.
Yeah, I guess it's better to add than.
Well, yeah. Well, in this case, it's better to add than take away. But when you're actually having other situations, it's better to take away than to add.
Right. No.
But in this case, we're okay because we have shims.
Yeah.
And then you can see what it looks like kind of in the car there.
Okay.
That's a little bit more, but I think we'll be okay there. Because like I said, we'd add shims. Because these are going to be trimmed down too, because those are sticking out.
Right, okay.
So that's pretty much established. And then we could go to the front. And again, we could add shims to the front.
Right,
it's a little bit narrow, but... And again, so what we could do is, so this was what? What size was this?
That was 3.
Okay, so let's
Well,
do...
the next one we cut, we can just cut a little longer, right?
Let's do 3.5, just
Okay.
for shits and giggles, because we got plenty of brass, and then you could pre-test it that way. And then we'll do it with the 3.5 one. Marker?
I had the marker. I'm trying to... There we go.
It's right back here.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Sorry.
keep things out of my way.
No, you're good. So I'll just mark that, move a little closer here so everybody can see what you're doing. All right, there you go. And just mark it. And
I'm trying to find the 3.5 on here.
yeah, the fingers, I know what you mean about that also. I get that from work. My arms are killing me after a while.
Oh, that's longer than I want.
The biggest problem was that I had about 70% success rate on soldering. So we're going to go over that too, SW Marb. The soldering part's easy. I had him do a couple of, a piece or two before we started doing anything, and he understands what to do, and it's not that hard, you'll see.
Free plug-in for Harry.
See, most flow perfectly. If you just wouldn't flow, use plenty of flux and clean joints. Flux is supposed to do that. In a way, actually, flux is to help it flow better, but really, a clean surface is always, like they say, clean brass is happy brass. So you always want to clean your material before you solder. If you rely on the flux to clean it, that's not always going to work very well. The flux does help allow the solder to flow, is what that mainly does, in my opinion. It's supposed to clean at the same time, but actually, it's kind of like welding without. I don't know if you guys have welded. I'm sure you have. You want to clean all your metal surfaces before you weld. It's the same thing with soldering. You want to clean everything. Just keep spinning it a little tough.
Yeah, just the hands are not.
No problem. That's why I use that damn thing instead of actually using a cutting wheel, because the cutting wheel is a little bit too.
Yeah.
Can't get it too straight, so. It's like using a tube
There we
cutter.
go. We could.
It'll get there. Just squeeze it a little bit, and it'll just pop right out. So then you know. Yeah, clean the joints, Mark. It's really important. If you don't clean anything, it's just not going to work right, and you get frustrated. So always clean everything. Little emery cloth or that red scouring pad stuff. Always Scotch-Brite. Scotch-Brite will work too. There's plenty of that stuff. Oh. Why don't we pop it off? Turn the wheel in a little.
Yeah, I have been doing it bit by bit, but it's like watching paint dry, guys. Sorry.
That's all right. It takes a little bit.
Well, carpal tunnel and arthritis doesn't.
No, it don't help. I know that.
Doesn't help. Here we go. Getting there.
Just turn the wheel in a little bit more, little by little, and then it'll start eventually cut through it. Then turn it in again. There you go. There we go.
You know what it is? It's trying to grip it with the so-called good hand, where it's not spinning in my.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it just needs a little bit of.
No, I know. This one's a little tough, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
It's almost there, I guess.
I have a hard time. I still like using tubing cutters and.
Yeah. I have to dig out my.
Damn. It's being so hard to. Usually never this stubborn. It usually isn't. Usually pops off pretty
Yeah.
easy.
Let's see. Get a grip on it.
Oh, I know why. You know why?
That's why.
See, you don't have it on the wheel.
Oh.
That's why she's giving you a hard time. Let's try one that usually will pop off pretty easy. So you got to get in between here. That's okay.
Oh, I thought I
See?
had it in there. It looks like it was cutting.
Yeah, but it wasn't cutting as easy
As it
was
should
cutting
have.
part. It's cutting on the back part of the blade.
Ah.
So we'll put it right about there where the grip is.
Yeah.
So that's no problem. No, see, it should cut real easy. Yeah,
Shazam.
what happened was he had it back here, and that's no
Yeah.
big deal. That'll happen. You want it here, so
Alright,
that's all
okay.
good. Go ahead and clean that up. Not like I haven't done that before either. I made that mistake one time.
Rookie. All right, we're going to want to switch, make this for the rear, and then,
Well, what we could do is check it out and size it out, and then we'll just cut another. I'll cut another piece for you.
okay.
The front, we can. Sometimes you can make the front a little bit more narrower.
All right.
Or maybe we can
Make
keep
this for the
one.
rear. Oh,
We'll see.
We'll make that for the rear, and this one for the rear, and the.
Because we could always cut in other pieces of backup just in
Okay.
case that's too short. Because when you put these on, the rails are going to interfere because these tires are thick.
Right.
So you have
Okay.
to shave these down when we trim them. That shoulder has to be removed. No rush, Frank. Take your time, man.
No.
It's good. You're showing everybody how you're cleaning it out. So. You have to do both sides too. Let me see. Another way I could do it also. Let's see.
Okay, that's clean. That's all done.
It's all cleaned up.
Yep.
Are you able to get a bushing in there? So you'll take those other ones out and try and
Okay.
pre-put it in there. Peel the back. There you go. And then just stick it in the other tube. Oh, you don't have to take the
That's
bushing
right.
out. You can put that. I think you need to clean that up just a little bit more. Is that fitting in there? No,
This one needs to be cleaned up some more.
I just need to clean up a little bit more. Another way to do it also. Let me see. I've done this. This is a little bit tougher. I usually can
Oh,
get
just
like
run a drill bit in.
a drill bit in there.
Knocks off most of the
What I'm
edge.
doing is running a drill bit in here. And you could do that also if
Yeah.
you guys don't want to sit there and trim all day. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but. Okay, now you can go ahead and clean it up. Clean it up with the file a little bit. I'll open it up a little, just trying to get all that rough stuff off. Still hard to fit.
Oops.
Yeah, you have to clean it up more. See where you see this part here? Remove it. See where you see this right here?
Right.
That has to be smooth.
Okay.
See, that's kind of rough. You have to go all the way around the tube when you do that. Go back and forth. What I should do is get like a, buy what they use for chainsaws.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be good to clean those out.
Yeah, I
need
think
to
I
get
have one
some.
of them.
Harry has some of that stuff. He uses that sometimes.
I have one of them at home, I think.
You do the same to the other side. See the other side how it's got that chamfer on it. It's still got a little bit on there.
Here we go.
Oh, it went in? Okay. Does it look pretty flush on there? Make sure, yeah, they look pretty flush. Okay, you're all set. Now go ahead and stick the wheel and the axle in there, and
Okay.
we'll see how that fits on the body now.
That one on.
That one you cut, how big you cut that one?
3.5. Give or take a little bit.
So we got there. Let's see what it looks like on the body. Yeah, That's not too bad. See, because you'll also have that. That should be okay because you're gonna have also that cut wheel look. So when we set the body height, as long as it doesn't set the body height right, it should be alright. But because you do want them to pooch out a little.
Yeah,
the
right.
ones were
But
just
to make it
stuck in
look
too much.
authentic.
Yeah, because you want to be sticking out like this car right here, for example. How they stick out.
Right.
See how I have the body because they do stick out a little because they have wide wheel wells, so or hogged out wheel wells. So that's total of. That's in inches. If you want to do millimeters, you could flip it.
Yeah, I think he said it was 2 5/8. Harry said.
Oh,
the width.
for the width, yeah, the maximum that should be under the 2 5/8. Yeah.
This is about. Yeah, just that about 2 5/8.
Yeah,
Just give or take.
Yeah, this one is like, because you're gonna shave the wheels down.
Right.
Yeah, 2.5 there, so that should be fine.
Yeah.
You're what? Yep, you're way under it. So I mean, it's not. Again, like that's fine.
Sound back. Oh,
No, you didn't. It don't matter.
Oh, okay.
But so that's a good one. So that we have 3. So probably what we should do is
use that for the front, or
we should probably cut. I'll cut another one. You put 3.5, right? So I'll cut another one 3.5 for the front, because you want them to be even with the front.
Okay.
So you put 3.5 centimeters, right? Is what you did?
Oh no, 3.5 inch. Right.
No, you're doing centimeters.
Oh.
This is centimeters right here.
Oh,
so you,
okay.
No, that's okay. You did what? 3.5 though. You said, right? You marked it right there. 3.5.
Well, I did it on the inside, I think. So yeah, in other words, I did. I started here, and then I.
You could go by inches or centimeters. It's totally up to
and then
you.
I did it right.
That's okay. We'll take this one off, and then we'll cut this one the same size as that. And then we'll start soldering the bracket and everything. And you could take the wheels off completely and get them off there, because we don't need them anymore.
Okay.
Put them off to the side.
I'm so used to working in inches instead of.
No, that's fine. You can do it in inches, whatever you feel comfortable with. Yeah, Dave, I have one of those too, but I hate those damn things. They kind of get all stuck on you, and they're kind of a bitch. My blade's worn out. I have I like the tubing cutter. To me, it's just easier for me, but whatever works better for you is what I suggest for you guys. So I want the same size as that, and then I'll cut that down and for you a little bit. Okay, cool. I'll get that later.
Okay.
Alright, so now we got established, that's this one right here, right? Not this one. That one we'll save for something else.
Right.
That's what's one thing good, you can save your stuff. Now what we're going to do is move all this over here. So you don't need that right now. Okay, so there you are. That's what you want, right? Yeah, it's smaller.
Yeah, it was a longer one.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to start soldering the bracket. So couldn't clean that up just on the inside and the outside here. Just give it a little scrubbing, which you're right here with some Scotch Brite's fine. Just a little light scrubbing. This is where all the get these over the reach. Over you like that. Get these wheels.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all set.
Alright, so what we're going to do,
Okay.
what we're going to do is put the tube through there. Another thing we're going to do also, we're going to do this. Hold on a second. I gotta find this old motor. I have an old one on here. I looked through all my stash here and stuff. Let's see if I have the old one, but I don't think I do. That's the other motor. Okay, we'll use this one. So what we're gonna do is, before you do that, we're gonna put this motor in there and attach it right there. So let me get you some screws. Some dump everything. Parts. Let me get you some motor screws. I'm gonna put 2 motor screws in there. Hold it in. I got plenty of these. So.
What are these? Phillips?
Yeah, Ross tip Phillips. And I have that right over here. This will work fine. What you're gonna do is mount that on there.
Okay.
Alright, take your time. Those are a little tough to do. Even I have a tough time doing them. I can't get them in there. Yeah, it's not really magnetic. I wish it was. Go.
One.
All good.
We're getting there.
Hi. Good morning. Have you ever used bushings only in the motor mount openings threads? Yeah, you could do that, but you'd have to use a lot of shims. You could use shims to shim it out. I prefer to use the brass tube because this way you don't have to have a ton of shims or no shims. But yeah, you could do it that way if you want. You could just put them in the bracket itself, and then I'd just say just use, shims. That's that would work too. So yeah, Mark, you could do that also. But that's just the preferred method I like.
Okay.
Hi George, how do you get Harry's address? You go to the Home Racing World page. It should be homeracingworld.com, I believe. That's his email address. homeracingworld.com. Let me get it for you. Hold on a second. 1 second, Mark, and Mark, not Mark, but Marg. I'll figure out what it is. Confirm that's what it is. There's the email address there, Mark. It's all in there okay now?
Yeah.
Alright then. Now we're going to do is get the tube and put it in there that we're using. Then get the bushings. Put them in there. If they don't go in there right away, we'll get them there in a second. Just right there. That's okay, we'll do this actually. I'm sorry, I should have you do this. So you're going to get this long piece here. You could slip this through it.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
And then put it through there. I should have you do that way, sorry. And just put that in. Actually, you know what? Hold on, I'm sorry. Again, I screwed up. I forgot about the wheels.
First. Okay.
Gosh. Where's my brain? There you go. You can put that in there and then get the other one. The other bushing.
Right. Do the same thing.
And then just leave it in there lying in there. You don't have to put it in all the way. And then get the bushing. And we'll get this wheel. Okay. Now you could kind of sandwich them together. There we go.
Okay. And I'm assuming we're going to tighten these up.
No, not yet.
No.
Put it down on the block there.
Okay.
Okay. So what we want to do is we want to push this out. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we'll move it here because we'll use this as a guide. So what we're going to do is make sure this is lined up. See the shaft with this line? Then we're going to pin it now. Start pinning it. So we got pins here. You go ahead and pin like the side of the motor for
First.
now. There's no shaft sticking out of that, so I can't pin it at the shaft. Probably should get a motor that had a shaft, but oh well. Your hat's in the way back.
Sorry, guys.
Just go ahead and, yeah, and I'll pin it like that. Just to hold it in place, because we're going to remove those when we put the rails on. There you go, that'll work. Now what we want to do is...
Okay, it's not moving.
That's fine, it's not moving. So what we're going to do is we're going to put pins on either end of these. Just to keep it, you know, from moving back and forth. Let me see something. Yeah, let's go on the other side. Looks crooked. Let's fix that. So this looks a little crooked.
Okay.
So let's turn it this way. So you see how that looks? It's off a little. So we want to move this. We'll want to recorrect that because this is like cantered like that. So what we'll do is we'll kind of like, let's try and reposition this so you get a little more straight. That looks straight there, I can't tell.
No, it looks a little cockeyed yet.
That a little better, and take those out so this way because it's going to put
There
pressure.
we go.
Okay, so that's lined up right there.
Yeah, that looks copacetic.
Okay, let's put a pin here. Here. Actually, we can't do that here. I thought we couldn't because they didn't have a little shaft. I can't see. Okay, so it looks straight there. Or it's still crooked.
Little cockeyed.
Okay,
But,
so let me
yeah.
remove that.
All right.
Still?
Now it looks straight.
Okay, so then we'll do it right here. That better?
Yeah.
Right over here. That's straight.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Okay, so it looks straight. Yeah, it's a little bit straighter.
Well, maybe yeah. Okay.
Let me see something here. I'm going to take this off camera so I could see, because even I have a hard time seeing stuff. Okay, that's a little better right there. Yeah, let me get my glasses. Just as blind as everybody else. So, get this one. Okay, it's a little straighter right there. That's better. Sorry guys, I had to take it off camera to see. I will pin this like right there and like this on each side of these. Basically to keep the axle from moving around. It does look a lot straighter. Alright, cool. Alright. Here you go. So it's flat then. Alright, so everything's flat right here. You can see, let's take a look at this. See, this is, there you go. We want to make sure this is flat. So you got it down right there, so that's good. I don't know like that motor. Actually, you know what? We put the motor upside down.
Oh,
That's okay. So now see how this is tilted out because the motor, because the leads are on the bottom. We want this flat part. So that's no big deal. So what we could do is we could just take that out because it's already pinned.
just
And
switch
we'll want to
around.
flip that. We're going to have to take this all off and flip it,
Okay.
which is no big deal. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're going to flip that around and we'll reassemble everything. Which is no big deal, but you know it's good to make mistakes like that.
Rookie
because then
mistakes,
You
yeah.
see them, and then you go, "Well, that's you want to have the flat side of the motor on the you know, the little pin block there." Get the motor flipped around. Yeah, there you go, perfect. So it's great to make little mistakes like this because you could see, you know, if you actually soldered that and then you see afterwards it's not right, then you'd have to kind of, you know, do more work because you'd have to desolder everything and then flip that around. So it's always good to check to make sure everything is, you know, where it needs to be. But that's a simple fix. Just spin it around and you're good to go because you already have it pinned in the position. So it may change a little, but we'll see. I don't think it will. Alright, I'll put everything back in. Good. That's not all there, Frank. You're off there.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
There you go. Yeah, T. Alright. I'll just put it back on the everything
Okay.
right now. I'll help you out with that. So where are we at? I think. Is that where we're at? Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
That's okay. Push your bushings in here. There you go. And push it out from the other side. There you go. Oh, sorry, take your time. You just gotta let. There you go. Perfect. All right. So now we got. So now this is where you check. See how flush that is now.
Right, okay.
See, it was popping up before. Now you can see that it's not doing that. I got it on camera. People can see it. So. So now we're all set here. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have equal distance between here and here, right? Because you don't want to obviously
Right.
solder it like that. Unless you're making a, people do make Sidewinder like.
Right.
You can do it in that. Because I've seen a Strange Brew does that.
Well,
Well, you do like a
offset.
kind of offset, yeah. But we're not doing an offset. We're just doing, you know, something simplified to show people you can do an offset. There's nothing wrong with doing an offset. Actually, some of those offset cars run really well. So now we want to make sure distance from that bushing to that is correct. So you could use, you know, inches or centimeters, or you could use, which a lot of people don't understand, is a caliper. Because a lot of people seem to not really want to grab one of these tools. So we could use a caliper and zero it out. We use millimeters, and then this way you could kind of like do this. See, so there's distance to distance, 696. Lock it,
Okay.
and you could go here and see pretty damn close. So you have to check that out, Frank. Go ahead and just
695. Okay.
go ahead and just check them out. If it's at the right spot where you want it,
All right,
that's
so we already
already-
did that side already, right?
right in
So,
between the bushing and the bracket.
It's,
Is that pretty good right there?
it looks like it's pretty.
So what we'll do is, what you could do is pin that wheel to keep it from moving. I can't see, so you have
Okay.
to, so pin it to keep it from moving. This way it won't go that way.
Inside and outside.
Yeah, if you want to do inside, you can do inside too. I'll keep that wheel from going back and forth.
So now we got that locked in place, so go ahead and just do your remeasurement. So we got what was it, 696?
6.
And this is, that's actually right about there, 696. So perfect. So go ahead and lock the other wheel down just for the hell of it. So we're almost there at the soldering. So this is where we're doing all the yeah, you could do a Sidewinder to fingers. Actually, Sidewinder uses a different bracket, and they're allowing that in the hot rod series. By the way, if you guys have gone through the video rules or they've read the rules, so you could do a Sidewinder. One we were talking about was offset like axle. So now you get it all pinned there, right? So no movement. That's in a good spot. So here's where all the soldering begins. Here's where we start doing it, and this is the easy part. So what we're going to solder is, we're going to solder from the inside. So we're going to put flux here.
Okay.
And flux here. Let me start up the iron, which it won't take long to fire up because this thing gets pretty hot quick. So use your little brush and go ahead and brush. Get a liberal amount and just brush it on this section here. Right there. Yep. The iron's ready.
Oh, it's a quick iron.
Yeah, this is an expensive one. I didn't need to buy this. It's kind of overkill.
Oops.
You're good if you make a little mess. So. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get some solder. And when you do it, go ahead and leave it open because you're going to need more. But anyways, when you do it, you're going to put the iron here. Right? Now you can either put it on here like that, or feed it. It's up to you how you want to do it. It's up to you what you want to do.
Probably tin it would be the easiest.
Okay, so you want to tin. So go ahead and tin that.
Okay.
Be over your shoulders here, so don't.
Okay.
So now what you're going to do is you're going to put the iron right there and just hold it. And you're going to see that flux kind of flow all over, go down like on the tube. Okay, now go back up. Now hold it there. Don't move it. Now go to the center here and hold it. Because you're letting that do all the work for you. Just hold it there. Here, crackling, hold it there. Keep the heat on it. There's nothing wrong with heating the shit out of that brass because it's going to make that flow. Okay, now remove it. I'm going to put the iron back in there. And now you can look to see if it went all the way around. Which is just about did. Probably needs a little bit more over there. Almost.
Almost.
Okay, so
let
we'll
that
do
cool
get
off.
more. Yeah, no, you get more flux.
Okay.
And just because now we could add more flux, and then we could actually put a teeny bit. Probably will start flowing more. So go ahead and just add a teeny bit. Not too much, and then just put it back on there. That's good. And put it back on there and behind the bracket like you did before. On that side, and just hold it. Put it there and hold it.
Yeah, I see it moving.
Now it's moving. Just leave it on there.
Okay.
So you gotta hold it on there because you want the flux to see what it's doing. You can see the whole stuff's melting all over. Okay, now go ahead and remove it, and that should be it. That's that one side. Now you go ahead and check it. Looks like it went all the way around. Look like it went all the way around.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Put it down. Now you're gonna repeat the same thing with that
On
side.
this side.
Let's move this up a little bit more. Here,
Yeah.
Frank.
Okay.
Just so we want to get it in camera view if we can. Don't go too shy with going on the hold on a second. You want this?
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
yeah. You don't want to do the bushing yet.
Yeah,
We'll get to
no.
that. Use it. You need to get some more. If you need to soak that brush, if you need to,
Okay.
it's not a big deal. You don't have to be too. It's not like
Stingy,
it's
okay.
expensive shit. So there you go. Because again, the flux is going to allow it to flow a lot easier. So get a good amount of flux on there.
Yep. Okay. All right.
So then get your solder and solder away.
crackle.
Yeah, you hear that sizzle?
Snap, crackle,
That's
pop.
the good kind of sizzle you want. Yeah, that looks good on camera. You can really see everything. Yeah, see, that's great. You can see it flowing. That's exactly what everybody to see. That looks good, Frank. Shit, see how it looks on the other side? That looks perfect. How you did that other one? See how it looks on the other side?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you're all the way around there on that one?
All the way around.
Okay,
Looks
that's
like
it. There's that part right there. See how easy that is? Not hard, is it?
Oh,
Okay, now we're going to do the bushings. So the bushings, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to coat that, and then what you're going to do is you're going to lay the iron right here on the tube, a little bit against the bushing, and you're going to that'll allow the solder to flow all the way around. Same thing as the tube. Right there. Keep it on there. Hold it on there, hold it on there.
should I move it or just?
Yeah, you can move it if you want, that's fine. Well, we want to get more flux on there and coat it on there again, and then put more heat on it. You don't have to put any solder, just put some more heat on it. But you can check it out though, see if it went all the way around. Oh, looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like it went around.
There's a little gap there, but
Okay.
we'll just go ahead and put a little bit more, put a teeny bit more, put more flux and then a teeny bit more solder. You can go hit it again, just leave the heat on it. George, where do you get those long 1/8 setup axles? I'd like to get a couple. Marv, they come from McMaster Car. Their injector, help me out here, help me out here, Dave. You know what they are? They're ejector pins is what they are from McMaster Car. I don't know the part number. If you could help me, Dave, and give Marv that, because Harry got these for me, and I know he told me where he got them from, but I don't know where to look in the McMaster Car catalog. But that's what they are, and they're ejector pins. So they really work really well. I clean them off after we use them. They're really robust. It's better than using piano wire, to be honest, because that tends to get corroded easier. How's that look? That looks good. You get it?
Yeah, it looks like it got
Okay.
underneath.
And then we could double check it, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, now do the same to the other side. So repeat the process. Same
Okay,
thing.
now I should probably...
You don't have that moved, or? Oh, you wouldn't lock it in.
Yeah, just give me a little more room to...
You can take that out. You don't need that in there. Go ahead and take
Okay.
it out. You're fine. You have that. So make see that's moving a little. So I want to make sure. There you go. I just have it up against there, so
Okay.
so it won't move. As long as you don't have that thing move, because then the bushing will move around, and then you won't be able to. It won't solder all the way on the tube. You can move this one too, Frank. Move this damn thing out of the way
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah, I need all the help I
Yeah.
can get.
So you can get room in there. McMaster Car. MC. Let me see.
MCMASTER.
MEMASTER. McMaster Car. Right?
CARR.
Make your thing is all right, man. But remember parts, and it says uses the best first.
Oops.
Yeah, you can use 1/8. You can use piano wire if you want to, but if it was 1/8, which I don't know what that is in, um, in thousands. That's fine, Frank. Don't worry about it. If you got a little glob on there, you could just put more to melt it, just make it flow. Put more solder and let it flow more around the tube.
Oh, I didn't get over here. Okay.
There you go. The fingers with that's the mark with the fingers sitting there. Nut Olson. I don't know what the hell this is. Make your thing all right, but remember parts and accessories is the best. First to buy a new solder up tire. Sorry, man, I didn't understand it too well. I guess you're saying make it good, but remember parts and accessories the best thing to. I'm sorry, man. Don't get it. Thank you, Jeff G. Hope you guys are learning something. That's the whole point of this. This is to point out that anybody could do this. I'm not saying that Frank doesn't know how to do anything, but he's the first time he's doing this. So a lot of you guys that are afraid of soldering, this proves to you that there's no way that you have to worry about soldering too much.
Yeah.
You're off camera a little, Frank.
Okay.
You're right with that.
About the only soldering I've done is lead wires. So.
Yeah, see, there you go. Now Frank knows how to build a chassis. Not that hard.
Well, learning.
You get a lot of that. A lot of people say, oh, I can't do the soldering. I'm afraid to do soldering. Get it?
Looks like it needs a little more on the bottom. Yeah.
That's fine. Just add a little more if you need to. And just hit the iron right there in that angle.
Yeah.
Move it front of the camera so you can see what they're doing. There you go. So you can show them what they're doing. And then just get a little heat, let the solder flow, and
Oops. Much better.
all right. All right, so that's it for that part. Not too hard, is it? All right. So we got that done. What we'll do is we'll take these off.
Okay.
This. Take those off for now. Okay. So we know it should move because we have the axle in, yeah. Okay, so it should be pretty lined up right there, as you can see. So we should be. Let me take a look at this.
Yeah.
So we look good there. Yeah, that looks great, Frank. See, not that hard, man.
Wow.
Okay, now what we're gonna do is the rails. So the rails, give them a little cleaning.
Okay.
Right here.
Right there.
Yeah. Just give them a little cleaning, a little swipe clean. They're clean, pretty clean, but it's not a bad idea to do it.
Okay.
That's perfect. We'll do one at a time. So then go ahead and put that there, and you want to put it right there. Now what you want to do, you want to pin it
Okay.
so it doesn't move.
You want it hanging out the back or not?
No, well, it's up to you. I mean, you could leave it there, or if you want it extended out, you have room. So if you wanted to go back, yeah, you can.
Okay. All right.
So say you want to go back. That's up to you how you want to build it, Frank. I'm leaving it up to you.
Well.
So if you want to go back,
I guess there's no need to go back on this since we already have bumpers, but I was just saying if I was going to do something where, fabricate bumpers.
No, if you want, you can leave it extended out. That's up
Yeah.
to you. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Or go all the way here. That's fine.
Yeah.
So we don't have to exactly duplicate the chassis that I made. That was just something I made, you know.
Let's just go, we'll go even.
Okay, so you have to pin it there to keep it from moving back
Right.
from the back side. There you go. Yeah, you could do that too, of course. And then you want to pin it on the inside so it doesn't bow in. So right here you want to pin here.
Right.
You just want that bar to be flush, that piece of square tube to be flush against this as much as possible. See? You can also pin up here in the front. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not.
So pin up the front here so it doesn't move from the top. So that should be pretty good right there, right? I want to make sure that it is flush too. So when you pick this up, look at it from there, you see what I mean? To make sure that that's flush with the block. So it looks good. No?
Looks good.
Actually, you see that? Yeah, push that down. See how that's sticking up? That's because you know why? Because let's remove that pin. It's because that thing is pushing that one right there because it's putting pressure on it. So now, there you go. I want to make sure that's flush is what we're making sure right here. Let me put this down this way. So we're looking to make sure that this bracket is flush with that. And you know what, Frank? Let me look at this real quick. Okay, did we? Okay, so now see, we did something. No, okay, that's fine. That's a piece of crap that I didn't see from the cutting of it. Alright, that's fine. Okay, we should be good actually. Okay, sorry about that. There was a piece of it looked like it was sticking up, but it wasn't. So we're good there. We're taut there. We're pretty good. So now what we'll do is we'll solder right here in that spot.
More time in preparation than
Yeah, just
anything else, I guess.
we'll put a little bit more on there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good amount.
Just put a little more, just because we want it to flow toward the back. Because you won't be able to get the iron past that axle, so you have to leave it so that'll really. So we want to make sure we got a lot of solid, flux on there. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is you can do it this way, so you could. Let me see the solder here. You can put some here and then hit it and let it flow, or you could put it on the tip. It's up to you.
All right.
It's whatever it'd be easier for you to do if you want to put it on the tip.
Let me
of
do the
solder.
tip because that's what I'm right now most comfortable with.
Okay, no, that's
you
fine.
can see the shakes I have here and
No,
there.
that's fine. Put more, what you need. There we go. Now I'm just gonna put it on there and then just move it back and forth a little and put heat on all that. As long as you're getting heat on that. And just hold it right there. And what you're going to see, I don't know if you can see back there, you're going to see if it'll flow. Sometimes it takes a little time. If not, you can put a little bit more solder and then just, sooner or later it'll just creep.
Oops.
That's alright. If you relax this, I'm going to get a little bit more and put more of the flux and then go ahead and hit it again with some more solder. It didn't go back there yet.
No.
It needs a little bit more. Traction bars.
These eyes look big.
You leave the pin out already, so I look at this thing.
It doesn't look These eyes look big.
You leave the pin out already, so I look at this thing.
It doesn't look
Need a little. If you want, you can.
These eyes
You leave the pin out already, so I look at this thing.
It doesn't look
Need a little. If you want, you can. There you go. See how I just did that?
Yeah, probably would.
Yeah. Once you put them on there more. Oh, leave the pin out already, so I look at this thing. Need a little. If you want, you can. So yeah, you see how it crawled back there? Now I'm gonna look at it again. Just gonna leave it on a little longer. See how it
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, and I can see it went down the side.
So now we'll do the up. Oh, then you the pin out. So yeah, you see how it crawled back there? Now I'm gonna look at it again. Yeah, it's square. It's gonna leave it on a little longer.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, and I can see it went down the
So I'll
side.
make sure it wasn't. So now we'll do the up. Oh, then you the pin out. And the other side. So yeah, you see how it crawled back there? Now I'm gonna look at it again. Yeah, it's square. It's gonna leave it on a little longer.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, and I can see it went down the
So I'll make
side.
sure it wasn't. Now we'll do the up. Oh, then you the pin out. And the other side. Yeah, you can move it out a little. So another thing you do is get the caliper. So that's locked in. So what you can do is this. Yeah, caliper can move it out a little. So another thing you can do is get the caliper. What? 5.5.
That's all right. I'm learning as we're going.
That's pretty right there.
That's all right. I'm learning as we're going.
That's pretty.
Save a lot
Now
of,
you can look at it and see what
Right.
it looks like visually too.
right,
So that's both sides are 25.89.
save a lot of headaches later on, wondering why the car doesn't handle. That's all right.
Got that push back, right?
Get right up against the end.
That's pretty.
Save a lot
Now
of,
you can look at it and see what it looks like visually too.
right,
So
save a lot.
that's both sides are 25.89.
Save a lot of headaches later on, wondering why the car doesn't handle. That's all right.
Got that push back, right?
Get right up against the end.
That's pretty.
Save a lot
Now
of,
you can look at it and see what it looks like visually too.
right, save a lot.
That's both sides are 25.89.
Save a lot of headaches later on, wondering why the car doesn't handle. I need to clean the tip and all of it.
Yeah, you go ahead and clean it out there and then re-tin it. That's tin tipping.
Right up against the end. Save a
Now
lot of,
you can look at it and see what it looks like visually too.
right, save a lot.
That's both sides are 25.89.
Save a lot of headaches later on, wondering why the car doesn't handle. I need to clean the tip and all of it.
Yeah, you go there and out there and then re-tin it. That's tin tipping. Yeah, the air conditioning has come on. Probably is what it is.
Save a lot
Now
of,
you can look at it and see what it looks like visually too.
save a lot of headaches later on, wondering why the car doesn't handle. I need to clean the tip and all of it.
Yeah, you go there and out there and then re-tin it. That's tin tipping. Yeah, the air conditioning has come on. Oh, it's gone? Now you can look at it and see what it looks like visually too. Yeah, you go there and out there and then re-tin it. That's tin tipping. Yeah, that's right. That's right there. It's gone? Thinking it is a hanger.
The problem is this.
Yeah, you go there and out there.
When it was hot, yeah, wait till it cools down.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. That's right there. It's gone? Thinking it is a hanger. I don't have anything running in the background. So I don't know.
the problem is this.
Yeah, you go there and out
When it was hot, yeah, wait till it cools down.
Oh, yeah, it was a lousy job there.
How about now? That's right there. It's gone? Better? Thinking it is a hanger. I don't have anything running in the background. So I don't know.
The problem is this.
Yeah, you go there and out
When it was hot, yeah, wait till it cools down.
Oh, yeah, it was a lousy job there.
How about now? That's right there. It's gone? Better? I don't have anything running in the background.
The problem is this.
That better? How about that sound?
What the hell I'm doing wrong here?
So what's going on here then? Well, that's fine. You got it flowed back there,
I
Frank.
don't know if it's hard to see in the light. I don't know. It looks.
Put more flux. You gotta put some more flux
Yeah.
back there. If you put more flux, the flux is gonna help you flow it.
Right.
Does that look pretty square there on there though? On the block? Yeah. Then apply heat and wait, and you're gonna see it crawl back.
All right. Apply heat at the back.
Oh yeah, on the same spot. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Like, there's some other thing running in the background, you know, with the mic. Yeah, there you go. That'll do it.
Okay. Yeah.
That better?
That does it. Yep. That came all the way back this time.
Hey, Marty.
Okay.
All right. Okay, there's your rails. Of course, you got a lot of excess, but that's no big deal. That looks good. Everything looks squared. Oh, that's a good job, Frank. Look at that. Squared on there perfectly.
Oh damn.
That's looking like a chassis now. So now the next step we're going to do is, let's see. So we're going to use your guide tongue. So here's your guide tongue.
Okay.
So now that this is soldered in, we'll remove that right here. See a little bit of a gap like that. So let me see something. How do we do this one? Okay, so we could do this. So we can duplicate this if you want. I don't know if you want to. Where I put rod brass right, you know, brass rod right there. Kind of.
Okay. Oh, you had the same.
Yeah, I went through here, the whole of that, and then I put some here, but I don't think we need that as much. Looks like.
Is that too big of a gap to fill with?
Well, we could probably.
Oh yeah, no, I can see it. Yeah.
See, we'd have to put maybe some piano wire here, but trying to figure out what we could do. So this is the thing, we want to make sure we put our guide tongue in the right spot, because
Right.
if it's too far out, then the guide's going to stick out. See how that is?
Yeah.
Then the guide will be sticking out. So we want it tucked in the car, so we want to scoot it back. And then put it there. And look at it again. That should be enough room for the guide, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good spot. So we don't want this far forward, because if it's far forward, it's going to stick out of the front of the car, which I've done that before on accident. So we want it tucked in back there so it doesn't appear. So. Hey, Conquest. So that's a pretty good spot. So yeah, that's good. You pinned it like that, so I'm gonna go back. So I'm gonna pin the other side here too, so that's perfect. Now put your body on and just make sure it's. That's fine. Put your body on. Make sure the guide is, you know, kind of tucked away. You'll position it like you would when you. And just take a look at it from the side. Just want to judge that, you know, everything is in there good. That should be enough room for pretty much a
The
commercial
axle.
guide.
Well, we still have the. We have enough room for the axle.
Yeah, you should. It'll go. Well, it should go
Maybe
over
go
that.
up. Maybe
Go
go just
up
a
tiny
fraction.
bit. Yeah, just go up a little bit. Maybe. You guys see how it looks. That should be enough room there, shouldn't it? That look good to you?
Yeah, it looks. At least it's a little bit more forward of the projected axle line.
Okay,
So-
that's fine. So you know what we do now is also, let's get our other rod, right? And then we'll put our front wheels on and relatively position them. So you'll need these,
Okay.
right? And you have to pin it, of course. Either way. Oh no, that's already way. Sorry. I'm sorry. Because it's gonna do the way.
And having a tube.
No, you don't need a tube. Don't do that.
Okay.
Just put the other wheel on. Because we're going to use something different than that tube. We're going to use actually the size for, 3/32. Right. You have to pin those. See, I put the front axle on next with the wire. Then the guide solder the wire. Gotcha. That's too far forward.
Alright.
So now you have to move it back a little.
Yep, okay. Yeah, well, I wasn't looking at it from the side.
No, that's okay. And then you kind of position it and put it in the center as possible. And you can see where the axle goes if it were, for the guide. That's too far
Not too
back.
far.
Move this up a little bit here, Frank. Sorry,
Yeah.
just so people can see.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good right there. And just do the same on the other side.
Looks 1, 2, 3.
Now it looks like that's. Let's see. How does it look to you? It looks like that wheel. You need to probably go up more. See how this is right here? Maybe a little bit more up. Let's pin the body because we didn't really do that.
Okay.
So this way we get your. We'll do this to keep it from freaking moving. I didn't think of that. Okay. And we'll pin the side here. This is just to position the front axle. Okay. Let's do the sides here. We're just doing this just to get the position of your axle. We want to, and that's fine. So now that won't move. So how's that look there? You need to go back more, or that looks good. So it looks like the front axle needs to go up a little bit. You judge on what you want.
Okay. Maybe the body should come back just
A hair. Go ahead and move it.
just one. Looks centered.
Yeah,
That looks a lot better. Okay.
Now look at your front wheel.
Yep.
That needs to go forward just a teeny bit. I didn't pin the front of that. I should have the body.
I think we got it.
That look good there?
Yeah, how's that look to you?
Yeah, it looks great. Check the other side, make sure it's even. Yeah, that's pretty good.
See, one hole back. No.
That look all right?
Yeah, see how that looks to you.
That's good. Looks like the guide won't be interfered with, so push that wheel in just so you can see from there how it looks like. Look better?
That looks good.
Alright, cool. Alright.
Alright.
So that's where we're at. Pull the body off. And you can look at how everything looks in relation to that. Looks pretty good.
Okay. Should pin the guide so it doesn't go forward.
Yeah. Here you go. Alright, so we can do this. We can fill this in, and it won't be a big deal. It doesn't need to, it's all just about centered. So I mean, this is fine. It's not gonna where it's at. So what we could do is solder in that position. So what I had to do is get flux, and I would do it this way. I would, since we're gonna need quite a bit, it's just kind of, sorry, but you know, drop it on that way.
Drop it in there.
Yeah. This stuff. The iron should be ready to go now. There you go. Alright, and then you're go ahead and get your solder, and you're gonna like apply heat, put a glove, apply heat, let it get this, all this has got to get hot.
Right.
So all this here has got to get hot in order for it to start flowing, so you got to be a little patient with it. And then we could always add more, so just I'm gonna hold this so it doesn't move.
Right up here.
Yeah, just start anywhere. And just move it a little. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna need more solder. So you can get a lot. Yeah, I can put it. There you go. It's getting hot. There you go. Start moving it. Yeah, Frank, you're a natural. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know how to solder shit. I think you were lying to me.
No, it's just I never got. Yeah, I've never
You go all the way to the front.
never progressed this far. You know, like I said, I was happy just to get a lead wire on without damaging
There you go.
the motor.
That's good. And it's flat and flush. So I'm going to do the other side. You guys all.
Looks more like bubblegum welds to me, but
Yeah, that looks good.
okay. Now, all right, that's awfully big gap.
Let's see. Let's squeeze it in a little here. I don't think we'll... Let's take a look at this. See how we're... I think we'll be alright, Frank. I don't think it's a big deal. It's a little bit in, but I don't think it's going to kill anything. I think we're alright. Go ahead and go for it. Go ahead and go for it. And we could do this also, so hold on a second. Get that out. So go ahead and fill that in. And what we could do to be assured that it is soldered in, we could get 2 pieces of piano wire, cut it, and put it there and solder that on there.
Okay.
To kind of, again, give it strength so it's more attachment if you're worried about being a gap. And it's a little bit of a gap, but it's not like a huge gap.
All right. Well.
Alright. That's pretty good. Alright. Alright, what do you think?
One little gap right there.
Yeah, go ahead and fill that in.
Wow. I'm almost a solderer.
Oh, you are. No doubt.
Guess mainly it's knowing how long to leave it on there, and like you
Yeah,
said,
it's
letting the flux do the work.
Yeah, let the heat, because that's a lot of brass to heat up, because you're heating that whole plate and that, you know, that the side rail part, so. How's that look?
Yeah, looks like I got it all.
Right there, I probably should hit that, see?
Right at the back.
Yeah, I would hit that there, see there's a little gap, we'll get that one.
What on this side?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
Yep. Okay.
And what we'll do is, see, this is what I was thinking of doing real quick. Here, let me show you. That's all right. I was thinking of just, we could do this. We can put a piece of brass here to strengthen it. If you want to do that, this way we know the plate won't detach. I don't think it will, but we could do that also as an added, like, structural support. Clean this wire off.
Yeah. Okay. I got that.
All right.
Yes, it looks like the bubblegum welds I did when I arc welded in shop class in high school. But
Bubblegum welds, they don't look like bubblegum welds, Frank. They look good. So if you want, we can do that. Let's see. And then solder that on there.
okay.
It's up to you. If you think
It looks like it's well.
So we can do
let it
this.
cool
so
off.
Let's pick it up. You can put that back. We'll look from underneath. Looks like you got underneath there. See?
Yeah. Okay.
That looks good. See? Looks real good. So let's put this back in its position. Yeah. Okay. We'll put this back. Oops. Okay. Alright, so there's where our front axle is going to go. So, for our front axle, we're not going to use that. Obviously, that was just something we had to shape it. We're going to use, here we go. Hang on. So this is a, this should be the right one. Double check. It is. Sorry, let me double check. I think this is all the 332nd axis. That is 1140. Yep, there's an old chassis or part of the chassis. So this is 1145. No, we don't need
No,
that.
I'm just gonna see if it's.
Yeah, well, it's got a chamfered in on it. That's why it's not going to go in there. That's the right one. So this is stock number 1145. This is.
Okay.
It won't fit because it's been cut.
Oh.
So this is 1145. right? 1/8 stock brass. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut, and we can use the tubing cutter. It'll be easy to cut
Right.
this. So we want to use, let's say, what did we do that one at? So do the same length
about
as that one?
3.5.
Okay, so do 3.5 on this one. Like on your, right there. Let's get these moved over so you can get that flush. We'll make our front axle. Hello, Anfield Road layout in the loft. That'd be kind of cool to see a couple pictures of that, you posting that on Home Racing World. I've seen some of the ones that are up in the loft. They're pretty cool. Thank you to Fingers. I would hope that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing to make it good.
Oh, alright, it's 3.5, right?
Yeah, if not, you can
3.5
cut a little
inches.
bit more off of
Yeah,
it if you need to. I'm just going to use the tubing cutter.
Right.
There you go. Tubing cutter.
Alright, I got it.
Squeeze it
Got
in
it
more
right
so you
this
can lock in
time.
place because it's not. There you go. Yeah, you know you got it on the wheel, so that should cut pretty easy. Just go. That's how long the axle is? Looks kind of long, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it looks real long.
What did I do wrong here?
Yeah. That looks too long. You just redo it again. Just like a tad bit too long there.
What did we...
You can go off that one if you want. Just mark that one from the inside to the inside of the bushing. But remember, you don't want to go, because we're not putting bushings.
Right.
So you'll want to go like from there to there.
Okay, I got
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
Eyeball it from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you could just put a little bit more length onto it, and then we could trim down. That's the part which always too. I know I'm trying to hold it as much as I can.
So give us a rough...
Yeah, and then we could trim it down. There you
okay.
go. Alright, that looks better. See what's
I
really
don't know what
wrong.
I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking here.
Oh, that's alright. I've done mistakes like that a lot. So it's like,
Well, I said this is the first time I've done a actual... About the only thing I've really done was using H&R chassis for 1/24ths. So took the simple way out. I've got the wheel. Yeah, okay.
Marty, what are you doing, Marty?
These guys are probably thinking, look at this amateur.
No, they're probably thinking, shit, how come I can't do that? Which they will. Now that they see that you're doing it, it's all good. Careful not to bend the tube.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I can't use any of it if it's bent. There you go.
There we go, finally.
Get that out of your way. I'll have to clean that one out, the holes.
Okay.
The axle. How's that look?
Alright, just a fraction over what we had before, but it's really not going to matter
Go
much,
ahead and
right?
just clean it down a little. So you can clean it down by
Here's the file.
using that. Here, use that. Just scrub it. No, like this here.
Yeah.
No, like just like this here. I usually do it this way.
Oh, I got you.
This way you're putting pressure down. And then you could kind of shave it, and then you could kind of gauge your size. I usually do it that way instead of holding it up. Makes it easier. File it and open it up a little bit. I have a P30 seconds, but we'll leave it at that. Just ream it a little bit. William Macker, of course there's nothing wrong with an H&R chassis. Those are great chassis to use. You could concentrate more on your your modeling part, which is the body. So, yep. Totally agree there. Pretzels, I'm already. You gotta clean it up a little bit.
Yep.
Yep.
Actually, this file maybe. I don't even think the file is going in.
Well, it doesn't have to go in all the way. You just want to clean
These
it up.
files here or what? No.
No, those are other. Where's your axle you have?
Axle's right here.
Yeah, you should try that one if you want. This one needs a little
No.
bit more. Yeah, you just have to keep cleaning it a little bit more. And you can hit it right here too a little bit to get rid of the chamfer part.
Oh, still not.
You okay, you're back?
Yeah, I gotta get up first.
No, that's okay. Go ahead and get up. Let me see if I can trim this down. I could probably do this. Go ahead and stretch out a little bit if you want. We'll try to do this. Yeah. There's the chamfered part. That's why. So let's do this. Go ahead and stretch, Frank.
Yep. Oh, God.
Stretch out. And
Well, 2 days of walking around the Charlotte Auto Fair.
oh yeah, that's not that great to do that, is it? 30 seconds.
I said to Harry, I need to go get myself some orthopedic sneakers.
If that would help, yeah, I would.
Dr. Scholl's.
You need anything to drink there, Frank?
No, I'm good for right now, thanks.
Okay, get this.
Whoops.
little bit. So we're just trying to get this axle to, there we go. We need a little bit more cleaning here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So this one's all set. So what we're going to do is, we could do is take this out, slide this in here, put these back. Yeah. There we go. Well, there's our axle. So now we could kind of
Eyeball it.
make a bracket for it, because, well, here's another thing too. So we have it set right here. So normally there shouldn't be an issue with it being too high. This is the thing where you have to kind of like,
Eyeball.
yeah. Also the guide, you gotta remember the guide, you don't want these. If you set this too low, then that means this guide will be too tall and then the wheels will be off the ground. If you set it too high, then you have to kind of make sure that you're kind of level with the rear wheels too. But we'll go right there and then we'll kind of figure out what, you know, how it looks when we get a guide on it and stuff. But what we want to do is make sure that these are even from like between the frame and the wheel, so it's not like off like that.
Right.
So go ahead and even it out, and then what we could do is make a U bracket out of brass.
As a stop.
Yeah, well, no, it's to hold the axle up. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
What we want to do is center that, so then we want to pin it here when we get it centered. So you have to measure to make sure. So you use that, or use the caliper. It's up to you.
Probably the caliper is easy because
Okay, the caliper's right here.
my eyesight is
Go ahead and just zero it out.
horrible.
There you go.
All
Go ahead
right,
and-
so we're gonna go from
There to there. Let's see, I have a solid piece of brass.
oops. All right, now where should I be measuring from? The
I would say from here to here.
oh, from there to there.
Yeah,
Okay.
make sure they're even, or from the back of the wheel, from the front of the wheel to here. You want to make sure this is pretty. You just pin them, and this way we could get the wheelbase to make sure that is accurate too, because you don't want it too forward from one to the other. You guys are talking about the cars they picked up.
Come on. I think we're good. I think. Why don't you double check
Did
me?
you pin everything?
Yeah, I can get everything
So
pinned.
pin the back side of the wheel too. This way it doesn't move. Because we don't have the pins, because they're real long, the little injector pins are too long to pin from the ends.
Whoop. All right, why don't you double check
Yeah,
me?
stay there. If you want that. Just, well, it's pretty good, Frank. So let's see. So now what I would have, that looks good actually. So you could do, let's see what the width is. About 6119 compared to the back is a little bit narrower. Let's do that again. That's fine. It's, so the front is a little bit narrower, which is fine.
We're gonna always shim that.
No, but that's not a big deal because that actually will probably look pretty good unless we need to shim it out. That's not a
Right.
big deal, but it ain't going to
Just
be
to get-
much, 10,000ths.
Right. Okay.
So what I usually like to do also is make sure that the wheelbase, so from here to here, this is what I'm checking, is the wheelbase should be the same on the other side. So you know you don't have one wheel forward
Right.
more than the other.
Which was a circle track trick to pull
Yeah.
the front forward a little bit.
Yeah, so you because left turns. So that's pretty damn even, Frank, and that looks good, actually. Bastard. That needs a little bit more. Sure. Get over here. Sorry. So 95.69. That's perfect.
Wow.
That's perfect. By one thousandths. That's
How'd
fine.
that happen?
No, that happens just easily because you know what you're doing, and you know, set your body, see if you're happy,
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
and you know, obviously when you
Right, we can
You're
always adjust the body
there you go,
before it's
guys.
mounted.
So now we got to figure a way to. As I move everything around, like
All
an
right,
idiot.
should have maybe just tack solder it in first, or
Well, we gotta make a bracket.
okay.
So I already remeasured it since I freaking goofed it up by moving it. Now all the pins are coming out. Gosh damn it. Let me redo it. Just to make sure I didn't disturb anything. Alright, we're okay. So, it's back where it should be. That's where you pin it, because in case you bump it.
Right.
Alright, that looks good. Check the other side of the body too. So now you can see where it's at. Because we left the pins in for the body.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, even the width doesn't look too bad at all. Let's see. Of course, this body's moving a little. 'Cause this is over. See how it's over more? It's because we have a pin, but once we remove the pins, we obviously could move the body into the position, but it looks pretty good right there. The wheels are the tires will stick out a little bit because it's a, you know,
That's
hollowed out
the- that's the
stalker. That's the
look.
look.
That's the look, right?
Alright, so now we got it where we want it now. Cool. So now this is where we have to make a U bracket. I'm going to use this brass. So let's say, let me see. I'm trying to get it the same length as this. So see what the length looks like there, Frank. Does that look pretty good from here to here?
Yeah.
So we'll mark here.
Right.
Right, and then what we'll do is we'll cut this. So we'll we'll do is we'll go in here.
The old Dremel out.
Yeah, the battery one, and I got a wheel because I don't need the heavy one because the heavy one's electric. And there's a cutting wheel somewhere around here. Here it is, right here. Jammed in there. This is a little short, but. Then we're going to cut this, and let me cut this real quick.
Yep.
We can have. Being an asshole. Pretty hot, of course. Nice and hot. Alright. Put that back in there. Alright. So here's our. I use this. This is 1161 stock. So this is, I use this because it's easy to bend. It's pretty robust. It won't, even when the car takes an impact, it should be fine. So what we want to do is make a U-bend. Right? So then mark where we would bend it, maybe about there and there. To kind of center it on there, like between the accent, put your mark where we're going to bend it.
Alright. We're going to put the marks to the inside of the frame rail.
Yeah, because we're going to solder it onto that plate. Right there. Okay. Then mark it some more. Good right there. We'll go forward.
How does that look?
Oh, looks fine. So now what we'll do is we'll go right at that mark. See? There we go. Something right there, and then this is easy to bend, and you're just gonna bend it with your finger. You want to do it?
Okay. All right.
So we'll hold it real tight. You gotta hold the.
All right.
Now just bend it at a 90. Try and bend down further. Yeah, there you go. Make sure it's straight. Hold on a second. Okay. Try it now, right there. Okay, or a bit more. That's good, right there. Okay, there's that one. There's a bend right there. And you're gonna do. This is the tricky. You want me to do it?
Yeah, yeah.
Your hands are kind
My
of
hands are.
bugging you. So let me. This is the tricky part because you kind of get them even. If you don't get them even, you can like bang it and straighten it out. That's why you can't really do this with piano wire. You can, but it's so hard. I can't do it by hand. I have a bender, but this is so easy to bend it. So yeah, it's off just a teeny bit.
Mm-hmm.
What I could do is I could just go bad.
Tweak.
Yeah, we'll have to tweak it some more. See, I have another pair here. I could tweak this. Like a bigger bastard for bigger stuff. That's pretty good right there. Okay, we need our little bend. And we bend that into shape. Alright. This is where you're going to drop it here. See what I mean?
Ah, I see.
See, not too shabby, yeah?
No, I gotcha.
And so we want to make sure these up like that. You'll center it. Right. So you have to put. This is a little tricky part yet. So you could put a little solder here and then solder on there. Because this, once you get these soldered, this thing will move up and down. So soldered on the tube, you just want to keep it in one spot, and I'll probably help that with you. Oops, as we move the chassis. And put it on there. No, up here.
Up there.
Yeah. Okay, now get the iron. That's fine. And then get some solder. Yeah, this is raring to go. I'll hold it right here. That looks pretty centered though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and just put a little solder on there. And you're not going to put try not to, just put it next to the tube so this way it'll, there you go. It'll flow on that. Okay. Get a little bit more, Frank, of solder. You need more solder. That's not much. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, I see to go to the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now you do the same thing to the other side. The other camera died. Oh, jeez. Get it? Oh, you did. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is
Almost a solderer.
now what we're gonna do is solder here and here.
Right.
You can probably solder here and it'll flow back here, but get like that and kind of like
Love it.
put it liberal, so this way the solder will really flow on that. There you go. All right, and solder away on that baby. Put more solder on there. You're gonna need a little quite a bit, so just don't be shy. That's good. Now you can just. There you go. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Dead. Did it flow toward the? Should. I need to get some more solder in there. Yeah, get some more solder in there. There you go, that's good. Leave it on there to get some heat build up. You're good. Leave it on there, still hold it. Okay, now start moving it. There you go. So. There you go. That's it. Get it all in there. Put a little bit more heat on there. I think we need to be there a little longer. Yeah, a little bit more heat on it. It's still kind of clumped up. But just put the iron on there and leave it sit. Let me add some more of this. And leave it on. It's got to all heat up. That thing. You can see how it starts changing there. Leave it on there still. You can start moving it now. Keep the iron on it though, and then drag it on it. Don't go to the other side now. There you go.
Looks like a blob, but it looks like it did
Can
it.
you go ahead and put more heat and just move it across again?
Okay.
Means it won't kill it. You're just trying to.
Looks a little better.
Yeah, there you go. That's fine. There you go. Cool. And we can do also. Did it go to the other side?
That didn't go. I don't think
You
it.
could put. So go ahead and put. This one. Do this part here.
A lot of patience
Yeah, it
at
is.
times. You know, knowing when it's going to flow and not flowing.
That's on there pretty good. That's hot. Don't put your tongue on it.
Yeah.
There you go. If you're wearing a lot, if you get yourself concerned of like excess stuff, so this is, you could use braid for this if you have extra braid, but this is what this is. It's a cleaning wick.
Right.
So
I'm not really concerned about.
if you're worried about like excess,
Yeah, not building for concourse, but
no. This is what this does here.
I got you. Okay.
See? Yeah, put heat on it though.
Put some heat on there. It just cleans it up a little. Okay.
See?
All right.
Okay, it gives you a little bit of a clean. There's some guys that really do it real well. I'm
Yeah.
not that great at it. I don't know what he's going to look underneath here, so I'm not really concerned. It's usually the underneath that I'm kind of
Right.
making sure it looks nice.
Well, my main thing is that it don't fall apart.
No, and
You know?
that's solid, see? So
Okay.
now, that looks really good.
All right. So we don't need to solder the tube to the.
You see?
We don't need to solder the tube to
No, because it's...
the square tube.
No, because this is being held up by this
By
unit.
that there. Okay.
So here's the thing about this. So if we ever get it on there, and maybe we need to lower this more, you could actually bend it.
Ah, gotcha.
So that kind of gives you a little advantage.
Right.
That's why I don't like using piano wire. I'll use this because this could be manipulated. You'd have to hit this car super hard in order to bend this, but the thing is you could bend it back and recanter it if it's,
Right.
something happens. But this is pretty solid all through here, so you're
Okay.
good. So what we could do is, so that's basically the whole chassis. So we could do the side pans. Here's another thing we could do also. Let me get on this side of you, Frank, here. This is why you keep scrap pieces.
Yeah.
Because we can make little tubes for the wires. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for the wires to go through.
Yeah, let me see. That's big. I keep scraps here of this stuff. This is the small one. And these are a little bit tough because they are tiny. Let's see if that's pretty thick too, that stuff. It's
Yeah,
not like the slot car corner stuff, so we may not need these.
It's like a silicone wire,
No,
I think.
it's a silicone wire, but oh, they'll fit. Shit, okay, I'll be down. Okay, so here's what we're trying to do. See these? So you could use these as guides. Well, we're going to cut this down, obviously, and you put them here to kind of put your wires down there. So that'll fit perfectly. There's a gear in there, so careful.
Yep.
So let me clean these ends up here. 'Cause Alright, so then we'll get our... I'll do the tubing.
Okay. Yep.
Because
This way I can.
I may
No, that'll maybe speed things up a little, and you can do a little stretch again.
Let me just freaking actually cut this by hand by the Dremel because that's a little tight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Just a little smoke here. So the sound's working good. That's why I had the TV on. Yeah, this is gonna be tough to do. Alright, this is where I'm going to use the Dremel because I cannot do that. This is where a Dremel comes in handy. Just cutting that. Alright. Here's her for our wires. I'll just clean those up. Clean it up a little more. Need these little ones right here, so.
Make sure the wire passes through, because it'd be a
Yeah.
pain to do it when it's soldered on.
Oh, we'd have to take it out. If that was the case, I'd be like, you have to remove it. Go ahead and check that one, that should be good. Clean this up.
Yep.
Good?
Perfect. Yep. Perfect.
Alright, clean this up, check this one. Okay. Here's where we could put them right there.
Yeah, that's good.
So you could place them like right here. Just put them right there. And you solder there.
Okay.
Solder in those spots. You could hold it down with like just so like that, and then solder it.
Solder it from the top.
Yeah, and then just
Gotcha.
hold it down like that.
I got you. Okay.
So you okay? You need to take a break or?
No, I'm.
Okay.
I don't want to keep dragging this
No,
along
that's
for,
all
our,
right. It's
for our viewers.
So we'll do these, and then we'll do the side pans
Okay.
and see what we need for the sand. And I'll get these cut. I can cut these downstairs in the garage.
Okay.
I have a cutter down there. Let me get the length that we'll need. This is pretty the perfect size for it. So we'll do. Okay, so I'll be right back.
All right.
Won't be gone that long.
Oops. Yeah, I think
You got it just fine. That's pretty good.
starting to get the hang of it.
So I got our little side rails cut.
Yeah, that helps.
How's it look? That was great, Frank. Perfect.
Couldn't have spelled solderer last week. Now I almost are one.
All I'll do is I'll trim these down real quick. These are our side pans. Got them ready for you. Yeah. Trim these down. Alright. Pretty good.
Now these are going to the side, right?
Right. These are not very hard to do at all. So these are pretty simplified. You can clean up a little later too and clean these up. Since we want to kind of line up with kind of the body, you don't want it too far forward or too far back. I've been looking at comments. Sorry guys. Let's see. Black emery cloth throwback to my welding days in the shop. Well, thank you, the fingers. I hope I am patient. Okay, perfect. So we'll clean these up. Then we kind of want to see where these will end
Oh,
up.
they're going on the top.
Oh yeah, they're going to go on
okay.
the top. So
Alright, I
we'll
did
move
the
these out of the way.
sides.
No, that's fine. You can do the top here and then clean these off.
Right.
And then we want to see, we want to place the body.
Whoop.
Sorry about that. Let's say we have the body here. Right? So we want to kind of put them where, on this section here, of the side here. And you can clean those off. These are our side pans. That's the art. It'll turn on when you don't touch it. It'll turn off, and then when you turn it on and move it, it'll touch it. It'll turn it on. So that's when you wiggle it. It goes beep, beep, beep.
Oh,
It self
I was
shuts
wondering
off.
what. I thought it was a camera or something.
No, it
beeping.
self shuts off when it's not being used. And then when you jiggle it, because you simulate you grab
Right.
it, then it turns on again. It heats up. So it's like beeping on and off.
Okay, I think we're good to go. All right, so what's the next step?
Alright, next step is we're going to, let's see. We don't need these anymore. And then these are, I'm going to get this out of the way. What we're going to do is see, we put that there. Things you don't want it too wide so that it won't cover it up. Let's see. Right there should be fine. So you're kind of seeing where you want it to be on the pans, want it relatively to your. We can move these up a little bit more actually, because this card's different than the other one they did. Just move it up even more. I'm just getting an idea.
Yeah, that looks good.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, that looks about almost about equal distance between the wheel wells and the and there. So
and then the width thing. So I think let me look at this one because this one's kind of like a guide on where I did these ones, and it looks like they're to the edge of the channel, a little bit back further. So what we want to do is when we solder these, where's the here's the file. Disappeared.
no,
It's somewhere around here. This is what happens when you drop tools and you're like, hey, where the hell is everything? Gosh darn it. I may have put it back. No, it's the square one. Well, anyways.
There it is.
See?
Hidden
hiding.
Hidden in plain sight.
What I'll do is I'll do this, right, and make sure they're even. You know, they're even on the rail, and then solder one end here. Okay. See how I just put flux and then hold it and then solder it there. Okay. So does that look even on the rail, like it's not crooked? That's what you need to kind of like.
Okay,
that looks good. Looks good on this side.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Okay, then solder. We could solder that end for. Oh shit! I just moved it. Sorry. Screwed it up. Let me hold it in the center. You'd have to do this on your own if you do it, but I'm just holding it. So you go ahead and put it on the ends there. And you just solder one end first, and then we'll take a look at it. All you have to do is put like a little bit, and you just put it on the between the pan and the square tubing, and all you're doing is just. And solder on there on the plate against the. Looks like it did. All right.
Yeah, it's moving.
Okay, you got it right there. All right, cool. Then we'll take a look at it. Put that back in there. I'll fix it. I'll back it out of here. We're going to look at it and make sure it's kind of like it's level, which it does. It looks level. So now we'll do the other end.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about holding it because it's
it's held in place with the solder.
Put it on the wheel. Oh, perfect. That's great right there. Oh, that's perfect. That's how I kind of want to do it. So now let's see what it looks like. And we can see on the inside if it's not. So it's actually in a good spot. It's not too far out to where you can't put the. If this doesn't fit over that, then you'll have to shave them down.
Right.
That looks like a good spot for it. So we'll do it the opposite side.
Side,
Repeat the opposite side the same way. I want to make sure you line it up with the other one. And you can use the pins if you want to kind of keep it from moving back and forth.
All right. Okay.
There you go, perfect. You know, this way you could all hold it if you want.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
where you want it?
Yeah, that looks about right.
Okay, I'll hold it there and go ahead and solder the ends. You could use clips too and not use the
Yep.
board if you wanted to use like little alligator clips or something. How does that look? Is it attached to it? 'Cause I
It
can't
looks like
tell.
it. It looks like it.
Nope. Nope. That's okay. So you need to get more to put a little bit more flux, a little bit more solder. Let's position this again. This is probably hot though. So it didn't look like it was. Just you didn't go over the top of the plate, which is
It's got to come.
how's that look?
Yeah. Okay.
Is that good right there? I can't tell.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks.
No, there. Okay. I get a little bit more solder and go from the top of that and then toward the square tubing. Like you did on another one. Okay. Oh. There you go. Leave it. There you go. Very cool. Looks like you got it that time. Yeah. I'll check it out. Make sure it looks pretty straight. At least, you know, it does look straight there. I think you're good. Now you do the opposite side, the back side of it. Here, let's clean that a little. It's probably
Okay.
dirty. I'm sorry. And then just retin it. It's probably just a little bit dirty. And put tinning on here. It'll help you. No, well, we should have done that. There you go. Oh, this should suck that solder in a lot better. Perfect. I did. Yeah. That's on it. That's it.
Wow.
Looking good. All right.
Getting a little
That
better.
is a chassis. You did it. That looks great. Now what we'll have to do is we'll have to cut these. We'll have to cut them
Right.
off because
Okay.
we don't need all that. But that's a roller right there, basically. That looks good. We'll do this too. So now we got everything on there. I don't think we need to. So what we could do is we could get flux and then put solder here. I'll show you.
Along the bottom.
Yeah, and then just kind of sweep the bottom of this so you can kind of get a solid like shot of everything. We have some flux. Can you give me that? Thanks. And we'll just. There you go, like that.
Okay.
So do that to the other side.
Alright.
It's easier to maneuver it now because you got it.
Yeah.
You just got to put a little go ahead and put flux on it first. That'll secure that pan. I ain't gonna go anywhere. You need to get your solder right here. Easier for you there. Go ahead and drag it now. Don't put too much heat in one spot. See, that's going to detach.
Yeah.
It didn't move, did it?
Yeah, it did. It did. It popped off in the. So if you
Oh, yeah, okay.
can hold it down for me,
So,
I can hit it in the
Hold
back
on a second.
again.
Wait. Let me do this. Hold it
Okay.
up. Let me get some little clamps to hold it.
Yeah.
Because then it'll just fall right off.
Yeah, probably left it there too long.
Yeah, that's what I should have told you that. That's my fault. So what we'll do is go ahead and put heat on that, and then I'll push it on that top joint there and that one right there. Okay. I can't see your hand.
Neither can I. Okay.
Okay. Did it go down? Looks like it did.
Yeah, it looks like it did. Yep.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. It did. Okay, now
All right, I'll start.
don't stay in one spot. Come
Yeah.
here and then just kind of drag it.
Right.
Because you're at the joint where we soldered it. A little bit more flux there. Or I mean, you more solder. There you go. There you go. You got that down. Go ahead. Put some more in. There you go. There you go. Okay. That's fine. That'll work.
Not the prettiest, but
It works. So it didn't disturb it or move anything, so we're good. We pushed it back down, so that's it, Frank. So now, oops. Take these out. Do me a favor. Let me clean these. Sorry, your chassis there. Let me clean these. I clean these right away because these things are really nice. Here, just let me these injector pins is what these are. So I clean them off.
I have to hook them up.
Yeah. So now we got the chassis there. There's a complete chassis. So what we'll do is we'll start cutting things off that we don't need. So it's already cooled off. So there you go. What we'll do is we'll carefully cut these off. The tube is there. I'll probably do it from right here so I don't get in the way of the axle. Just a little bit. So I'll cut these down.
All right, what are you going to use to cut that?
Dremel.
Dremel.
Yeah, I'll get another fresh wheel on this one because this wheel's too tiny, see? Or I may use the big one. That big one's right here.
All right, let me just
Sure. Let me just
stretch
stretch
it. Crack.
That's it. We'll put this here. And that's what we're going to do is cut. I'm going to cut this off camera because I can't really do it on camera because it's just like brass all over the place. So I'm going to cut these ends off. But is there a plug over there, Frank? On the back there, can you plug it in there? Yeah, there you go. All right.
Okay, you're right.
All right. I'm going to cut these off camera. I'm going to cut them right here. I like this Dremel with this extended
little
piece.
shaft,
Yeah, it makes it so much easier. So there we go. We got it cut off here. We'll shave it down and clean that up. And one thing I always like to make sure that yeah, that's not going to interfere with much. Should be good. And then another thing we cut is this part,
Okay.
because obviously you're done with, you know, with
Centering.
that's yeah, exactly.
Getting the
You
lights
leave
in.
this in because if you cut this and then you start soldering, it'll distort these, and then these will start moving around.
Okay.
And then you have a problem. That's why you always leave those in and cut that last. I was trying to get these out, but let me see if I could take those out. So we don't need the motor in here anymore. That's just to help square everything up, and we leave the motor in there. So now what we're going to do is cut off camera, obviously here and here. So this way the gear, the crown gear, could be in there. You know, obviously if you leave that in there, you can't do it. So, so that's what we're going to do. This goes in the building motor section because now it's a build motor. So we have a short and long can for building. So I'm going to do this off camera. Cut this down. The wheel's wide enough, so it should be good. And that's it. Alright. There we go. We'll clean that up, obviously, and there's a chassis, Frank.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, this is for this car, and let's see how we did here. Not too bad. See what I mean? May have to trim it a little bit. I don't think we will.
Well, I guess once it's on its wheels and
Yeah, we'll
we
kind of.
figure out.
Maybe we can shape it. You see how that is? We got a little bit far out, but it's not too bad. So we'll have to maybe shave somewhere, but that's not a big deal. Making adjustments like that, and then I usually round these off, which I will later. But that looks pretty good. It doesn't look bad at all. This
should make the next one go a little easier.
yeah, I think it'll be alright. That's a little bit down here, but I don't think it'll be too much of a big deal. So, but let's see. Move all these pins out of the way. Should I take them off, throw them here, because we're gonna have to put them away later.
Playing a kid game.
Yeah. So I was looking at this. That's a little bit tipped in. That's when it popped off.
Okay.
But what we could do is, see, this is what's nice about brass. You could manipulate it a little. I'll drop that.
So learning by my mistakes.
No, I
Well, I was saying about leaving it in that one spot too long,
mean, yeah.
you know. So now I know not to. on certain things, not to leave it in a particular space for too long a period.
And if this comes off, then we'll just redo it. Better. It gets hot. Yeah, that moved it a little enough. That's enough. I'm not going to try and... It's not going to affect it like heavily or nothing. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty darn hot. Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
How you doing, Frank?
We're having fun.
Yeah?
He dealt this. He did this on his own. So.
Very cool.
Well, quite
I'm
a
out
bit
of
of
here.
technical assistance.
Oh, you're going to bowling? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Love you.
I
Careful,
love
right?
you too.
All right. I'll see you when you get back.
Alright.
So
Have
there's...
fun!
Oh, we are.
It is warm up here.
Well, I opened the windows. That's why.
Yeah, it's nicer
Yeah,
in your room.
yeah, it's
than
comfortable. It's fairly comfortable.
it is. Isn't it pretty up here?
Yeah, this is
A little bit.
man cave.
I
Man
know.
cave number 2.
I know, we almost didn't get this house because
Yeah, he was telling me.
I didn't like it.
Uh,
At first,
like I said, when you-
I don't like it. And I go, how can you not like this? I see such potential.
Yeah, well, when he told me, so use the downstairs room for the one track and the upstairs. I hate to say it, my ex-wife never would have said anything like that to me.
I know.
But-
I know. He and I have a unique relationship.
No, I mean, it's...
You know what? We were made for each other. You know, we both made the wrong decision and
we're good
found
now.
each other in the end. And
Right.
and so now we both really appreciate
Each other.
each other,
Yeah.
which is, you know, he works very hard.
Yeah.
So I feel like he deserves to have some rewards after working so hard his entire life.
That was one of my friends had said to my ex that, gee, if he has a place in the house, or I had a small barn in the backyard, at least you know where he is. He's not in the bars. He's not here. He's not there. And when I was on the road, I never really went out that much. You know, I go
Yeah.
out to eat. I
Yeah.
didn't hang out at the bars with the guys at night, and you know. I was on a per diem, so whatever I was saving on food, I could spend on my hobby.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so yeah, you know, like I said, another friend of mine, his wife's the same way. He's got a whole man cave set up in his basement. He's there 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
Takes her out to eat. You know, et cetera,
Well,
et cetera.
You know,
But,
the same thing. He allows me to do my hobby. Yeah, I mean, we let each other know everything
Right.
that's going on, but you
Yeah.
know, we support each other
right.
and do things for each other.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
it's like it's not like he just does whatever he wants and I do whatever I want. It's a
Two-way street.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So taxes was more expensive this year than last year.
That's fine.
Yeah, I figured it's a write-off anyway, so
Okay.
just thought I'd let you know.
All right then. So how much we paying back for you then?
Huh?
We're paying anything back for you or no?
No, just
Okay.
the fee to file it.
Oh, okay. All right then. That's fine. Thanks, son. Appreciate it.
Look at Missy trying to sneak in here.
Yeah, she's being all
she had
very
to come
my
in
dog.
early. The both of them had to come in early to say hello.
They're trying to be very gregarious to try and come in. Let us in, Dad.
He's staying down with
No.
Yeah.
No. Bye. See ya.
If I stay down low, maybe nobody will see me.
You can't be in here. Back up.
I don't know what she wants.
She wants pets, my dog. Doesn't want them.
Okay, that satisfy you?
She's super dramatic.
Yeah.
Mitzi, George can tell you about her vet visit the other week.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, that's enough.
We had to drag her up for them to be able to examine
I
her.
had to give mine a half a Valium pill before I could take it to the vet. Not a Valium, a half a Benadryl.
Really? Benadryl.
We gave her. Do you remember what it was?
I can't give it for
Two different
dogs.
sedatives, pretty
Yeah.
strong ones. So she was super happy. Like,
Lala.
we get her over there, they take her in the back, and we still hear her howling and crying and carrying on. Like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. She's so doped up. They bring her back out, and they're like, she's fine, she's fine. And we heard her making a huge ruckus, and she says, yeah, but she didn't move. She just laid there and was very vocally
Yeah.
dramatic.
Yeah, like they were torturing her.
But she,
But
you
she's...
know, and I said, so why was she crying? Was it, you know, what was it that made her? And they said, the shot.
Oh.
Yeah. Me, because the shots don't, you know, they
Yeah.
do it in the whole. That doesn't hurt him at all. Zoe didn't make a peep. She didn't even like, whatever.
I had to give my pooch a full Benadryl before I could take her over to PetSmart to have her nails clipped. 'Cause my ex,
We can't clip
Yeah.
Mitzi's nails.
well,
Oh,
Not-
wow.
With both of us holding her, we can't do it.
my ex did it when she had one too many to drink and she cut too far back. And after that, my
You
dog
couldn't even touch her
you couldn't
paws.
touch her paw with anything sharp. You know, she knew what was going on. So I took her to the PetSmart when I was living up on Long Island. And the first time she just pulled back from the girl. She goes, oh, this isn't going to work. I said, all right, we'll be back in a half hour. I went home with her, gave her a Benadryl, came back. She walks in. The girl looks at her face, looks at her and goes, boy, she looks like, I said, yep, she's doped up. And, oh, she just sat there and had it done. But,
Zoe doesn't like her nails clipped either, so she trims them herself.
oh,
Yeah, she bites her own nails.
oh,
When we
Yeah.
tell her, we'll look at her nails and we'll go, ooh, look, that's long, we're gonna have to cut them. And then she'll be like,
yeah.
and she chews them off, which is like, how can she be so smart?
Well, the dogs are very intelligent.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. All right, babe.
Oh.
Alright, see ya. I'm just trying these guys out. Got everybody hearing live my things going on. Alright.
Okay, are those the guides Harry sent me, or?
Yeah, this is another one, but I'm just trying this
Okay.
one out. So,
Yeah, I think he sent 2 guides or whatever.
but it looks like we're gonna be okay there. You know, it won't be too high. So, oop, my tire came off. But that's the thing. We could, if we need to pry this up a little, we can. It's not, you know, it's one thing I like doing about doing it with. All the wheels fall off. Just doing it with U bracket like. Then I put the braid in too because the braid's gonna.
Raise it up.
Keep the door open, George.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
The dogs don't do something they're not supposed to.
That's fine. Should be good there. We'll have to try it out once we get them shaved down. That's fine. There you go. That's there you go.
Oh.
That's chassis. So what we'll do is we'll put a motor. We could put the motor in and kind of run it like the way it is. We don't need the body on it. So
Right. Okay.
what you could do is get the motor. So this is the motor we're going to use. So, oops, backwards. And we'll use the slotted. We'll use the 28. And then he's got you.
I
pinion.
got a pinion. He sent me pinion.
Yeah, right here. It's right here.
No, and the crown.
Yeah, but that's for a 1/8 axle. That's why it's not going to work.
Oh.
So I don't have 1/8 axle. This one. We'll use a different one than this.
Okay, that's
This looks like,
it's a 9-tooth.
yeah, I have 9 tooth right here. We'll use
Okay.
9 tooth here. Just hold on to those as spares.
Yeah. Okay.
I have 9 tooths right here. 9 tooth right here. I got plenty of them. There's 9 tooth. Alright. So we'll use this. Alright. So I'll have you ready. You okay with sitting down?
Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
Okay. There we go.
Let me just. This is.
Yeah, you're
Being nervous about not
Yeah.
capping that,
follower.
especially fumble fingers at times.
Do that. Let me check this out real quick. This one. Yeah, it should be alright. It's shimmed up a little, so we should be okay. Find out though. So we'll have you press your own crown gear, and we'll do that. So we're done. Let's clean up a little. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna.
Oh, we shut the soldering on.
Yeah, we don't need that right now until we do wires. So let's get these out of the way. Let's get this out of the way because we don't need acid flux anymore. Acid flux is done. We're using paste flux for wires, not acid flux. Acid flux will corrode the wires after a while. Put these back. Part of the cleanup. The cleanup process. That's why you see those Coford packages. When you get stuff from Coford, like that's why I like these things.
Oh.
They're
Well, those
great.
aren't the pins that you get from Slug Car?
No, yeah, you get the pins, but that packaging is from Coford Guides. They'll put them in there and they'll put the backing. The
Okay.
And they work great to put little things in. So I was like, oh, cool. I love this. Oh, what do we got the gear shit? I only got one pin left here. Let me put put everything away real quick here. Just to clear it out. And then I'll have you pressing it with the tool I have is really easy. I'm sure you pressed.
Yeah, I press pinions.
Yeah,
for
so
my
this
tools.
is. I'll show you what I have. I have the slot invasion one. That one works really nicely. We're going to need that and that. We're not going to need that. These pins. We'll put over here. These are great little pins for building.
Now, what do they call those again?
Injector pins.
Injector pins.
seal pins. And their McMaster car has them.
Yeah.
Those are your little bags
Okay.
there for your
They
stuff.
always come in handy at home.
Yeah. Those baggies. Alright, so we have guides here. We don't need that. Sorry folks, just organizing here. And we continue on. We don't need that. We don't need these. That was a little container that I had these in. Ah, darn it. What did I do with it now? Great. I placed it somewhere and I don't know how I did with it. Oh, that sucks. Put that right here. We'll save this for a later time. That's why I save those excess pieces. Just 8130.
Are they in this?
No.
Oh.
Well, actually, it's not a good idea. Not a bad idea to put them in there. They were in the same thing, the Coford little container.
Oh.
I just don't know what I did with it. Because everything sometimes gets mixed up. Oh, here it is. See, there it is. Right on top of the dyno. Yeah, plain sight indeed. That's hidden right in front of the little dynometer there. So we're done with that. Done with this. This is the wick cleaner we don't need. Back there. This we don't need. I want to keep it together with that. This excess piece. I don't know how that shim got there. That's an axle there. It's piano wire actually. Okay, let me wipe this down though. So I got some. I like to keep things organized if I can, you know. At work I do that when I'm working on tractors or something. I like to everything kind of. Let me make sure I get all my parts lined up after the tear down and clean everything up. I can always vacuum. Alright, Frank, I'm going to have you sit back down. So we're going to assemble this and make it a running chassis. So, alright, Frank, you're going to take over again. I'm going to get you the tools to do it. Right here. All my tools here. So this is the gear press we're going to use. And this is a real easy one. Okay. Now this thing doesn't work as it spins because the Loctite broke on it, but I'm going to give you an Allen head so you can use to spin it on. So we're going to put the gear on. And what you can do is like set the gear on here, which is kind of a little bit tough. And the bevel thing goes on the inside.
So it's got the, okay.
Yeah. And this shaft is going to, there we go.
Okay.
Now you know which way it goes on.
This is going to go to this side here.
Yeah. Hope that's extended enough. I can work this down.
Yeah, I'm used to using the old.
And I'll extend this down. You get it underneath the. You gotta get the shaft underneath it. See, it's not underneath.
I can't see it.
That's okay. Yep. It's alright. Okay.
I gotta take it up a little, I think.
Is it?
You know what it is I'm using? I'm blocking your view of what we're doing.
I should be able to go underneath it. You just gotta get it underneath there. There you go, like that. And you just straighten it out a little. And pull it in a little bit more.
Oh, no, I think we missed it. I looked at the.
I did.
There we go.
You gotta move it. Yep.
I have blind in one eye. And, you know what it is? It's like I said, it's.
You're gonna go up? No, go up because it's. There we go. 1 second. Okay, now go ahead and go down. Alright, now we're on there. Okay, hold on a second. Now line it up on the bottom. You know what the way the mark is there? Just kind of make it push it in. So you want to bend the shaft on the other.
Yeah, I needed something to.
You can loosen it a little if you need to.
There we go. I think that's it.
Right there. Okay, that looks good. You want to go ahead and drive it down. Remember, you will feel the resistance if it stops. Keep going. We'll let the shaft protrude out because we want it to go inside that little boss of the. Right there's good, right there. And then if we need to. Hey, get out of here now, Mitzi. Zoe, sticking your nose on my controller. Get out of there. There you go. Oh, that's pretty good. So then we can kind of size it right there when we put the gear in. So we'll get the gear. We'll get Candy that tool over there, the blue one. The little Allen tool. Oh, no, you're good. Put this. Oh, great.
Oh, nope, didn't even hit the floor.
Oh, gee, thank God. Thank God that's gone.
Yeah, with the black and the little black specks in the carpet, yeah, you never would have found it.
That's why I hate carpet. I don't know I have a carpet. Yeah, I usually like solid wood floors. Well, we're gonna laminate doors. Okay, that's in. All right then. So let's pull this out, and you're gonna need screws. So we'll get you some motor screws. Right about here. Right there. There we go. Motor screws, motor screws, motor screws. There we go. There's 2 motor screws for you. So mount the motor. Mount the motor temporarily.
Okay.
The screwdriver is right there. And then we'll put the gear in and see if needs to go back out a little bit more or not. So just put one in for now, just to hold it in. We're just gonna pre-fit this. So what we'll do is we'll put this in here. We'll have to put a little oil in that because it's a little bit tough. I just want to see if see where that's at. That looks good right there, doesn't it?
Just about at the edge, right? Which is what you
Yeah, well, it's
basically
not
right?
all the way in hitting anything. Let me see.
Right.
See, it's not all the way in hitting any. Well, yeah, that's fine. Well, what we're looking at the gear too. See where the gear's at.
Mm-hmm.
So the gear needs to come out because we want
A little bit more
the
mesh.
gear more to be on the center, not like on the edge
Not
of
on
it.
the
So we'll have to
edge.
pull. So that's why we'll pull it out, which is no
Okay.
big deal. And that's when we use the puller. So we'll. I don't think this will fit on here, so we'll have to remove it again. We'll pull it out.
Won't go in this way.
No, it won't. It won't. No.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, I'm usually using a
Yeah, I know. I have that one, but I'd rather use
the
that.
horseshoe.
I have the little tiny one. So we'll take that out. We want that screw. Yeah, we need a little bit more. There you go. Right. So all I have to do is pull this out. So I'm going to just
Right.
see right there. Should be fine, I think. Should do it. I hope. Alright, I'll put it back in.
Don't
Just put
trouble
one
that.
screw in there. Put that back in.
Yeah, one of these.
Yeah, you heard our conversation about dogs and life. So the guide is a Coford guide. The braid is just Mid-America braid, commercial braid, and the motor is a Piranha 21 motor. It's what we use on all the Showdown parts list, the rules. This is a Showdown car we're building. That's why we're using the smaller motor. Let's see, we're okay there on that. How's that look there? Oh, you didn't. Here, you didn't get that in the middle there. That's why it's giving you a hard time. So,
Oh.
like that.
Oh.
There you go.
There we go.
And that actually looks good. How's that
That's
look?
good mesh.
Kind of toward. Yeah, it's in the middle of that.
Yep, right in the
Pinions
middle
open.
of the pinion.
Okay, so there we go. That's where we want it.
Okay.
So all I'll do is pull everything off, secure the motor with the
in
other
with the other
screw.
screw.
Yeah. Then what I'll do with these, I will clean these more and I will polish these.
Okay. Well, I can take care of that at home if worse
No,
comes to
we're
worse.
going to run it on the track.
Oh,
here.
okay. Okay. No,
We'll
I
try
just,
to run it on the track today to see if we can see how it runs with the chassis on its own. So let me get some cleaning stuff. This stuff's all over the place. This one here.
come on. Take a deep breath.
Take your time. That's it.
There we go. There's my. I gotta stretch a little. My leg is.
No problem. Take a break.
What do you call it? My leg is
Yeah,
tightening up.
that's fine. You know it is with cramps.
All that walking on Thursday and Saturday.
I'm taking a quick break here. Take a stretch. I'll put the axle in and stuff because I got it all ready to go. So. There we go. Nice one there. Oh, we'll have to cut these axles too because they're obviously pretty
long.
Yeah, and that's no big deal once we get everything like. Because you want to paint the wheels, don't you?
Most likely.
Do you even know what color you want the car to be?
I'm not even sure what color I'm going to paint the car. I may go with. Oh God. Something visible. Yellow, orange. Well, I've got tons and tons of Model Master paint at home, so I just have to
pick a color.
Pick a color, and I don't know if I want to go something close to an original Ford color, like the car was never, like the car was never painted, or go with something I can see.
So let's do this. We're going to have to put some shims because these aren't true, just so we can run it. We're just going to shim the wheels to clear all that rough stuff from extrusion. I'll put 60,000 shims just to back it out. Not using these, but it will push them out a little to keep them. Yeah. So all this extra stuff right here is like getting in the way. That's why it's so hard to move. You just want to run it on the track without true tires and see how it just leaves a bit.
See if it runs.
Yeah, just runs on track fine. No problem. So at least on the dyno we could throw it on there and see how it works.
Now these tires, they need to be glued to the rims, or?
Yeah, with some nail polish.
Okay.
Have to do the same here too to this one. It's not. It's gonna run a little rough because we haven't
Right.
the tires. Because you will see the little. It's like they're not gonna be totally round. But it's just to get the car going and see if everything runs a little decent. At least nothing else is going weird with the chassis. So I'll do this. Well, some more shims on there. This tire is really fat. Let's get one more shim. It's going to look goofy, but I just want to run it on the track. Get your shim on there. Just to clear the rails. Clear that one at least right there, a little wobbly. Alright, we got the motor on. And we'll do the guide. This is Coford guide that Harry sent us. We're not going to use a shim here. This is 10,000s. Oop, no, 10,000s I think. Shims. Oh, 5,000s. 10,000s altogether. Tweezers. There's 2 tweezers out here.
thought I saw them right underneath the Dremel thing, the Dremel case,
Oh,
the blue one.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw something.
I thought there was some in here too. Ooh. Crap everywhere. Get these things off everywhere, pain in the ass. Pain in the butt, that is. Wow.
Something simple.
Hmm. One.
Was it the Teflon shims?
Yeah. Just
There we go.
peanut butter remove. Put washer up here because these threads only go so far. And those, well, I don't like these Coford, what you call it, nuts, and it can be a real pain in the butt to put on because they're like hard, like a, how'd you say, like a nylock in a way.
Yeah.
So that's so it doesn't come loose, which is good. But man, they're a pain in the butt to put on. Loose. Loose. Alright, let me see here. Yeah, that's heavy. Still kind of a pain in the butt, but a lot of slop. What's over here? Jeez, man. See, that's what I don't like about these things. They're super tight, and it's really hard to deal with. But oh well. Let's see. This fits in. 10 here, but I can't remember. Sometimes I bring tools up here and I don't know what I do with them. Let me see. Let me try one more thing. This has got a nose on it. There we go. Too tight. That's better. To save those. Alright. So here's where the leads will go. Actually, I should have put it this way. It's going across. Like that. This will go this way. Cross over here. See, that's even too high. Shit. So
Oh, the wheels are rough to.
Yeah, that's the bitch part about this. So this is what I was saying, where you could squeeze this down. See, that's why I like using that. So now it's not. Now they're touching.
Okay.
So I mean, it'll be fine.
Oh.
I mean, I could always resolder if we have to readjust the height.
Right.
This is why we kind of want to run a trial on these to see what they'll. It's a little high. Let's see, back this way. A little better. Yeah, like I said, this is why we could always solder this down. That's why I want to trial run it
Right.
to make sure we're okay. But once we get everything screwed down, we'll have to check it out again. But so we'll hook these up real quick. So this is left. Positive. Let's see, turn on the iron. A bit of gas. You don't mind me doing this? I know you're backwards. That's why I'm kind of down.
Yeah, no, it's all right. You're a lot faster than I am.
Oh, that's okay. Just
I mean,
you did the chassis part. That's the part that's really the most. I'd just say what everybody needs to kind of touch bases on. Okay, so. Empty.
Like I said, I'm just surprised I picked up the.
You did the soldering part just fine, man. You did real good on that. I mean.
Oh, like I said, I'm just lucky the hands were semi-functioning, and the
Oh, you're good.
what do you call it? And like I said, learning a few mistakes about keeping it in one spot too long, like on the.
Well, that's
on
all
the
right.
side-
That
on
was
the side
just
pans.
that was
That's
minor.
how I learned.
That was a minor thing. I mean, you did the rest of it. You did fine. All right, so that's one thing I do like about these Coford guides. You could do that with the little, and then that's it. Just give you the return nice. Okay, now that's actually ready to go. So we'll put it on the little dynamometer here first. Let's lube these. Out, girls. Out, Mitzi. Come on, out.
Later.
Mitzi, out now. Out. Good girl. Gets real depressed.
Oh, which one is it?
Out
That's
of
the
the
same
door. That doesn't mean after the door. Out, out. Come on. Not listening. Out. Okay, so now we got everything started at around 6 volts. So. Oh, well, we didn't tighten the gear, did we? Oops.
Oh.
I tightened the gear, it ain't gonna work.
Didn't it? Oh.
That was funny. Okay, there we go. That just worked. Wasn't doing anything at first. There you go.
It's not hopping around too badly.
No. Breaking in. I know we can't see it on camera there. The little dynamometer. Let's spin the. There's a little dyno. Can you see it? go. You can kind of see it. Oh,
There we go.
yeah, it's delayed.
That's picking up, Steve.
Yeah, 7, 8 volts. So. That's it. Now you can just throw it on in real quick and see how it does. So the only thing we'll have to probably mess with is
The red light.
which I think we actually, it looks pretty good right now, but we'll have to see. If not, we could just, if we need to adjust it, we can just put it on the board in it,
Give it a
and
little
then
tweak.
just right here heat it, and then lift this up, and it'll be, you know, be fine. But once we true these, it may drop down a little bit. I just want them to be. That's the thing, you know.
That's everything I've been reading too about the, you know, once the tires intrude,
Yeah,
it's gonna
change
make
it
it- it's gonna make a difference.
big time. So, all right. So I'm gonna move the camera. I'm gonna move the camera so everybody can see the chassis part of it. Complete it. So we'll hang it in here. Okay. All crooked. All right. Oops. That's too far. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Put it that way. All right. Let's see how this runs, Frank.
Cap back on so I don't look like a freaking teenager. Cap on
Oh,
backwards.
you're fine. All right, then give it a. Oh, I gotta turn the power on. Oh, sorry, hold on.
All right. No, it's
It's at 10 volts, so give it a shot then. Those tires aren't trued, but yeah, it's a roller. But that's untrued tires, so it's gonna do.
well, even when they came out of Holman Moody or Banjo Matthews shops, they weren't exactly race ready until they got tuned at the track.
I know we don't. Can we stop it right there? Too? I know this is. They're not true, but we can still clean the tires a little. So let's see. Give it a whirl now. Slip a little bit. A little bit better.
It's got some punch.
Yeah. Well, that's the roller, Frank.
Yeah,
Good job.
thank you.
That's a good
Oh,
chassis.
Appreciate all the
Once
help.
you get the tires done, that's going to be a lot better. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Still needs cause the body on it, and then a little fine tuning with some weight if needed.
Actually, that's pretty good with untrue tires.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that was good. Yeah, not bad. Oh, yeah. Alright, guys, that's it. I'm going to shut it off, so see ya. Have fun racing.